Loving Your Life with Mama D. And I'm Glenda Davis, aka Mama D. And I'm here today with my good friend, Mrs. Stephanie Duger, who is a psychologist. And today we want to talk about all of the trauma that our kids have been going through, seeing what they see on TV and the news concerning school shootings, community shootings, and it's traumatizing for us adults. And we want to talk about what it means to our children and how we can help our children cope with going back to school, going to the store, playing on the playground when this gun violence is just off the chain. So we want to talk about what we can do to help them. So, Ms. Duger, so glad to have you today.
Thank
And
you. How are you,
I'm,
Mama D?
I'm doing good, doing good. So, what's your take on all this violence that's going on in the school shootings and how it's traumatizing our kids?
Well,
Yeah.
as we all know, we're just coming off of COVID. So anxiety was already high. A lot of the kids were uncertain, didn't understand how COVID spread it, and a lot of us lost loved ones. So we're still trying to de escalate emotionally from getting back out into society. And even as adults, as Mama D said, can you imagine what a child is trying to process? We as adults are looking at all of these mass shootings, grocery stores, schools, public places. As far as our kids, I would encourage the parents
Yes.
to sit your child down,
Mm-hmm.
ask them to tell you what's on their mind,
Yes.
ask them to express their fears. What is it that they think could happen at school? What is it that they think could happen even on the bus, even in
Oh,
cars?
yes.
Let your child process that. But first, I would encourage you to try to get your own emotions in check.
Oh, wow.
As parents, our anxiety is high. We're dealing with high gas prices,
Oh.
high food prices,
Yes.
a lack of money in every area.
Yes.
So I would encourage you to first check your own emotions, and you can do a checklist.
Yes.
Give yourself, always self checklist.
Mm-hmm.
Am I relaxed enough to have this conversation with my child? Um, think about your answers prior to asking your questions. What you don't want to do is leave your child feeling, if my mom or dad is unsure and insecure, then they're going to walk away with those same feelings, that same insecurity about just functioning in daily life. So I encourage you to process it yourself first.
Mm-hmm.
Have answers that children would ask. They're going to ask,
Yes.
well, what if a shooter comes in school? Encourage them
Yes.
to listen to the teacher.
Ooh.
Help them understand that the principal has already had exercises with their local police department.
Mm-hmm.
They have had exercises with the local fire department. And from what I'm understanding, it's on the board for Congress now to vote to put 2 resource officers in each school across the nation. Let them know that. Let them know that there are such things as sharpshooters.
Mm-hmm.
We never had to have these talks with our children.
Mm-hmm.
It's uncomfortable, yes, but it's necessary. Assure your child that everything is being done by our local police, our local school district to keep them safe.
Yes.
And I've heard some children talk about other children joking
Oh, yes.
about these incidents.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to remind you, parents, sometimes laughter is just an inappropriate coping skill. Um, we laugh sometimes because we are afraid.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to your children. Let them know that this is serious. Let them know when they're instructed to practice that this practice may be the very practice to save your life.
Absolutely.
If it really does happen. Let them understand there's some things are laughable and some things aren't. We're living in a time now where our children need to pay very close attention
Mm-hmm.
to every
Everything.
instruction that
Yes.
teacher gives them. Every minute count.
Mm-hmm.
Getting back to anxiety, please reconstruct your home. Your home is a safe place for your child.
Yes.
Talk to your child, but hear them. Parents, hear everything your child is saying. Even some nights have game night. Game night can open up a whole new conversation. have a night where you turn off that cell phone, you turn off that television, and kind of assess your child, assess where their anxiety level is. And going on walks with your child opens up conversations. Let them know that it's okay to say, I'm scared, because as an adult,
Yes.
I'm scared.
Scared, right?
Let them know as a parent, you will go beyond the call of duty to keep them safe. Also, let them know that there are other adults as school teachers that are there to keep them safe,
Yes.
and practice what you preach.
Yes.
Practice what you preach.
Oh, yes.
What about you? What do you do in your home, Mama D, with your own children to encourage them?
Yeah. Well. First of all, I have given them a code, a password.
Awesome.
You know, and if they're out, if anybody tells them that Grandma said, "Come with me," what's the password, honey? If they don't know, don't go nowhere. And I always pre-plan before they even go to school. Let them know, don't go to after school program. You're coming straight home today, or we're going this place. We have an appointment or something. I tell them in advance so they already kind of know what the day looks like, so that they don't have to be worried about it. Also, just having a security system in the home. You know, if a door's locked, lights out, just have a time set for everything. You know, what time is bedtime? Do you give your kids a 9:30, 10 o'clock bedtime appropriate for their age? Time to get up, go to school, which way you're going to go. You don't take a different way. You go the same way to school every day. You don't take an alternate route, or you don't go off with people, you know, so you have to make it plain to your kids in advance so they'll know, and then they will feel comfortable with what they're going to do for that day.
And I like what you said, a passcode, a password.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you know, as families and people, we have escape routes for fires.
Oh, yes.
Why not have an escape route in case of a burglar or a break-in?
Mm-hmm.
You and your children sit down, they're never too young, explain to them, if you hear a noise, if you hear a gunshot, this is what I want you to do.
Mm-hmm.
I do it with my own family. We have an escape route. If someone comes to the front, I've already taught my grandchildren and children, I need you to go out this window. I need you to get in here.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do that. Unfortunately, we're living in a time now where nothing cannot be discussed with your children.
Mm-hmm.
So please, and encouraging the password, don't make it something simple.
Right.
Make it something that no one but you and your family or your child would think of. Make it something almost impossible.
We just want you to understand that these children have been through so much, and we want them to be able to start this school year going back without a lot of fear and anxiety. So we're just encouraging the parents to do all that you can to make your kids feel comfortable and let them know and here's the other thing, that God is in control.
Oh, absolutely.
we can't leave God out of it, because God, honey, when you pray over those children, anoint them, and throughout the day pray and ask God's protection over them, and let God be God.
Yeah,
That's honey. Anything else that you want to add before we finalize today?
Yes, I want to encourage parents. Please talk to your local police department. Find out what their plan is to keep your child safe. Go to the PTA meetings. Talk with the teachers. Teach your children also at home, even if it's not, do a mock classroom setting. Teach your children ahead of time. And I love what Mama D said. Thank God for his secure blessings.
Yes.
Morning prayer. Cover your children in prayer.
Yes, absolutely. Ms. Dugar, thank you so much for your time today, for coming to spend a little time with Mama D. And if anybody wants to get in touch with you, how can they reach you, or give us the name of your church? Because, she is the first lady. What's the name of your church? And we're a wonderful pastor.
Well, giving honor to my husband, Apostle Jeremiah Dugar. I am Stephanie Dugar, Pastor Stephanie. We are located at 5930 Princeton Glendale Road. That's Liberty, Ohio. And the facility is titled, church is known as Miracle Deliverance Worship Center. Services start at 11 a.m.
Amen. Okay. So now you know how to get in touch with her, and they'll be glad to see you in their services. Okay. God bless you. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for joining myself and Miss Duger today. If you enjoyed the content, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and share it with someone. I'm sure you know someone else who will enjoy this material. And until next time, don't forget, it's your life. Love it and make the best of it. All right? Bye.